From its majestic mountains and famous fjords to its spectacular islands, Norway is simply one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Whether taking in the breathtaking wonder of the northern lights or the summer sun glistening on a massive glacier, Norway is a great adventure in any season. You could go whale watching in Tromsø, spot polar bears and walruses in Svalbard, or even try out the country's top hiking, cycling and skiing destinations. Consistently ranked as one of the best countries to live in, it's time to discover for yourself Norway's warm and friendly heart and its breathtakingly wonderful natural delights. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Norway. Number 10. Tromsø. Tromsø is one of the best places in the world to view the northern lights. Most of the city is situated on the island of Tromsø, where visitors can explore several fine museums and stroll through stunning birch tree forests. Trips up Storstinen Mountain in the Fjellheisen cable car offer visitors amazing views of the surrounding fjords and mountains. The Arctic Aquarium Polaria and the Polar Museum are popular attractions in this city located 350 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle. Tromsø is one of the best places in the world to view the northern lights. Number 9. Trondheim. There's something for everyone in the northern city of Trondheim. Founded in 997, Norway's third largest city, was the country's capital during the Viking Age and the nation's religious center during the Middle Ages, making it the ideal destination for those who want to explore Norway's history. From Sverresborg, a restored 12th century castle, to the Nidaros Cathedral, the northernmost medieval cathedral in the world, the city abounds with remnants of the past. Trondheim is also a major cultural center for music in Norway. The country's National Museum of Music, Ring Museum, houses both traditional instruments and exhibitions featuring modern sound technology. Number 8. Oslo. Surrounded by green hills and mountains, Norway's capital Oslo is set in a scenic spot at the end of Oslofjord, with an abundance of lakes and islands nearby. A major economic and political center, the city has a long history that dates back more than 1,000 years. While most of the capital is now home to creative and contemporary architecture, pockets of old wooden buildings are still found here and there, as well as its thriving performing arts scene and packed festival schedule. The city boasts excellent museums and art galleries. The Viking Ship Museum is particularly fascinating to explore. Other attractions in Oslo include the Munch Museum, which features the Scream and other works by Edvard Munch, to the Folkemuseet, an outdoor museum that includes more than 150 historic buildings from all over Norway, including a stave church. Number 7. Sognefjord. Sognefjord in Vestland County is the largest and deepest fjord in the whole of Norway, stretching over 200 kilometers in length. It cuts through the west of the country, all the way from the North Sea to the alpine peaks of Jotunheimen. The fjord system boasts more coastline than the French and Italian Rivieras combined. As such, it is home to everything from dramatic cliff faces and sweeping valleys to sparkling waterfalls, picturesque pastures, and secluded towns and villages. At its deepest point, the fjord plunges to 1308 meters, while some branches are much shallower and narrower. Each section has its own unique look, feel, and attractions. The centuries-old stave churches of Bergen, Unrest, and Hopperstad are also worth checking out, as are Sognefjord's many mountain passes and breathtaking viewpoints. Number 6. Stavanger, the fourth largest city in Norway. Stavanger lies along its southwest coastline and is the oil capital of the country. Thanks to all the wealth the booming industry has brought in, it's now one of the most expensive cities to live in and visit in the world. While the city and its suburbs are sprawling ever larger, Stavanger has been an important center since Viking times. The Gamle Stavanger district transports visitors back in time to 18th century Scandinavia, while many beautiful wooden buildings can be found along the city's scenic waterfront. Here you can also find the centuries-old Stavanger Cathedral and several museums on everything from art and archaeology to the city's maritime past and petroleum present. In recent years, Stavanger has become a popular port of call for cruise ships. In summer, its bars and restaurants are full of holiday makers. The region surrounding the city is also great to visit, with fantastic hiking, climbing, and surfing at the nearby beaches and mountains. Number 5. Svalbard. Svalbard is a group of islands located between the Arctic Ocean, Barents Sea, Greenland Sea, and the Norwegian Sea. The islands are under Norwegian rule since 1920. Its settlements are the northernmost permanently inhabited spots on the planet, far more northerly than any part of Alaska and all but a few of Canada's Arctic islands. The combined permanent population is less than 3,000, nearly all of which is concentrated in the main settlements of Longyearbyen and Barentsburg on Spitsbergen. Svalbard's visitors come mostly to experience Arctic nature at its rawest and most powerful. The islands feature untouched glaciers and craggy mountains, but also amazing wildlife such as polar bears, caribou, reindeer, polar foxes, whales, seals, and walruses. Number 4. Jotunheimen National Park. Covering a huge swath of central Norway, Jotunheimen National Park boasts some of the most awe-inspiring scenery and landscapes in the country. Fittingly known as the home of the giants, it is home to several mountain ranges, with countless valleys, glaciers, and lakes dotted between them. The park is also home to Vedisfossen, which at 275 meters is the highest waterfall in Norway, one of the most famous alpine areas in Scandinavia. Jotunheimen is very popular among hikers and mountaineers due to its outstanding natural beauty and plethora of peaks. Of these, Galdhøpiggen and Glittertind are the two tallest in northern Europe. Both stand at more than 2,450 meters, with many more of the park's mounts reaching 2,000 meters or more. Mountain lodges and well-marked trails in the area offer visitors easy access to glacier hikes, summit tours, mountain climbing, and skiing. Sparkling emerald lakes and glittering glaciers lie amid its sweeping valleys, while reindeer, elk, and the occasional wolverine can be spotted from time to time. Number 3. Bergen. Set in a stunning spot on the west coast of Norway, Bergen is surrounded by the spectacular Seven Mountains, with several fjords and forests surrounding it. Once part of the Hanseatic League, it has long been an important trading hub and seaport and is now the second largest city in the country. The best place to explore its seafaring history and heritage is at the beautifully preserved Bryggen, which lies on the eastern side of Vegen Harbor. You'll find colorfully painted wooden merchants' homes and warehouses, as well as a couple of great museums, restaurants, and bars. In addition to its famous, photogenic waterfront, the city has an interesting fortress for you to check out, as well as some marvelous medieval churches. Bergen has a vivacious and youthful feel thanks to its large student population. While its bar and nightlife scene is certainly worth delving into, the gorgeous scenery surrounding the city is also lovely to hike around. A quick trip up Bergen's popular funicular is a good way to get oriented in the place known as the Gateway to the Fjords. Number 2. The Lofoten Islands, off Norway's northwest coast, boast dramatic scenery with rugged mountains rising above the sea, secluded beaches, and fishing villages. Connected by bridges and tunnels, the archipelago features picturesque pastures, fjords, and rich fishing waters. Despite its Arctic location, the Gulf Stream provides a relatively mild climate. Visitors can enjoy activities like hiking, cycling, rock climbing, scenic boat trips, and whale watching, as well as viewing the aurora borealis. Traditional fishermen's cabins and museums add to the cultural experience. Number 1. Geirangerfjord. One of the most famous and photographed fjords in the whole of Norway, Geirangerfjord lies in the west of the country in the Sunnmøre region, a very popular tourist site. It boasts breathtaking scenery with gigantic cliffs, sparkling waterfalls, and dazzling blue waters all on show. Part of the sprawling Storfjorden system, it stretches over 15 kilometers, with steep mountains and jagged peaks lying to either side of it. Plunging down its cliff faces are a number of lovely waterfalls, of which Suder and Seven Sisters Falls are the picks of the bunch. At either end of the fjord lie the scenic and secluded villages of Geiranger and Hellesold. Due to its awe-inspiring beauty, many cruise ships and sightseeing tours pass through the fjord, particularly during the sunny summer months. While basking in the scenery from aboard deck is a fantastic experience, it is well worth hiking up some of the prominent peaks and plateaus, such as Dalsnibba and Ornesvingen, for the incredible views.